Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is a snow day from both my jobs because we got some snow and some ice, and it's still snowing and icing and stuff back there. And my second job, not my third, but my second job is I teach in a private music school. So after school I go over to the private music school and I teach till like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And that's close too. Well, the students are not coming because of the snow, so I have the whole day. Yay! 2 paws up for me. So, what do you do? Aside from having to go shovel later, which I will, when I actually feel like it, I thought let's sit down and play with some new makeup. The drugstore lately, with eyeshadows, has been, like, killing it. And the sales on top of that have been killing it. So henceforth, I just have a couple eyeshadow palettes, and these are like $8. This was like $8 originally, and this was like $6 or $7. And on top of that, I had like CVS has like cash bucks back, and these were like buy one get one 50% off. And then those were, and then these, if you bought it, you got $5 back. So I did separate transactions. That's a lot of info, but let's just say I didn't spend a lot of money. I have this I want to try out, which I can play with this all day long. Yeah, isn't that fun? There's something very satisfying about it. And I have like, oh my goodness, I have so much stuff over here that I'm hoping I don't forget steps, like I usually do, which I probably will, but hopefully not. I mean, so as you can see, I have like nothing on because there's just a whole bunch of stuff that I just really want to try out. A couple of things are the Wet n Wild have their new like face sprays. This one is in cucumber, this is 3-in-1 primer water, and this is in coconut. They're all both 3-in-1 primer waters. But since I have no foundation or serums on or anything, I got this free because I had enough BoxyCharm. Sorry, my bra strap fell. BoxyCharm points to be able to get this free, and this is $48. This is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. It feels so nice. You don't get a lot out in one spray, but it's a nice fine spray so it doesn't shoot like all over your hair and everything. So that's nice. Just pat that in. Now, I'm not going anywhere today, and I'm probably, going to wipe it off anyway, or I'll put sunscreen on. But I really wanted to try out this new Sunday Riley A+ high-dose retinoid serum. You're supposed to use this at night, but this is a much lower concentration, darn phone, of retinol. So I thought I would try it. So it's like a yellow color. We got this in our Allure box. Now I use retinols every night. Okay, let that soak in for a second. Next I'm going to go in with the Good Molecules Wake Up Eye Serum, which I got in my Beautylish Lucky Bag. Which I don't have an opinion on yet, because with skincare you need to give it at least 2 weeks, but if not 2 weeks, at least 6, because skincare takes time to work. Supposedly Good Molecules is going to be in the ordinary type brand that is affordable skincare. So maybe I will be trying out some of that, I'm not sure. It's not an oily serum, and it's not a very sticky serum. It kind of glides on very nicely. I still haven't been able to research the ingredients on it yet because I don't know if it's actually been released as of yet. As soon as I can, I will. Who wants to guess how many more times my phone is going to ring before this video is through? Anybody? While that's sitting in, or soaking in, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula 24 Karat Gold Serum. I haven't been using this that long either. I can tell you it has decent ingredients for an fairly affordable price, especially when you get them on sale. I'm not going to wake up 15 years younger, but I think it can do, hopefully, a moderate job. Next in, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury, which is ridiculously expensive magic cream. I got this in a set, a favorite set that I got on sale at Sephora. I have to do a little bit more research about this to really know. I mean, people are raving about it, but I also have my suspicions that people are very sponsored about it. Does it feel nice? Absolutely. Do I put it on my face and go, I'm 20 years younger? No. As for its lasting effects and efficacy, I'll let you know. If I'm going to pay a hefty price for especially a skincare product, it better at least have some noticeable results. That's just my opinion. Normally, I would take all this stuff up my neck, but I'm just not going to do that today because I'm not really doing anything. This eye cream I picked up on sale, I believe, at either Sephora or Ulta. I do not remember, but it is from Nooni. From what I understand, it's a fairly new brand. It is either Korean, I believe it is a Korean skincare company, and I'm anxious to try this. And what's interesting about this is it has 3 little rollables on it, which actually move. They're not static. They actually rotate and move with your skin. And so you squeeze the product out and then you roll it across. The only thing I can say is that after I'm done, I usually clean it off with like an alcohol wipe because you don't want the product sitting in there and collecting. And I have a fur ball. So I can tell you one thing, that this has excellent ingredients. It has glycerin. The 4th ingredient is niacinamide. I can tell you, my eyes feel extremely moisturized, which is fabulous. For foundation, I saw this Wet n Wild Photo Stick Foundation. Now, the liquid foundation, I'm on the fence about. I don't know what kind of feelings I have towards it, but I thought I would give this a go, and I really hope I got the right color. But I'm going to stop myself right now. I caught myself. I have primer first. I promise I'm going to keep up with my steps and not mixing them up. This is the Fenty primer. I used a teeny tiny little sample when it very first came out, and I think I didn't like it, but we're going to try. So as to not skew the results of this, I think I'm going to try the Fenty primer only on this side, and I'm going to leave this skin bare. And it's not going to be a final determination of any of these products that I haven't tried, because you can't try a whole bunch of new products together and then make a decision on whether or not you like them if they're not working with something else. Okay, this Fenty primer feels really, really nice. Not what I remember at all. That feels fabulous. I forgot to put some on my forehead. Think I like it? But so I'm not going to put primer on this side. And we'll see what happens. I am actually going to use this time, which is the Ulta highlighting drops, which you know I just like to put all over my face. Remember my last video, or if you're new here, hello, I have a lot of videos if you want to catch up on them. I forgot to use it. Now this does make me look very glowy. I will give you that. I'm not sure I like the smell of that Ulta stuff. It's got, hard to describe, but it's not the best smell, to be honest with you. I also forgot I got this Kora Organics oil for underneath the eye. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on. The eyes can never use, or get rather, enough moisture. Now I think I'm ready to go into foundation, and I want to see, because sometimes this foundation is tough to move around with a sponge. I think I did okay on the color. This isn't a wear test or anything. Maybe I'll do a check-in later and I'll let you know how it held up, because I have a bunch of things to do like shoveling snow and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I can do a check-in later. I'm home today. Yay me. Have you ever seen someone so excited to have a day off in their entire life? And And if you want to hear Matlock that my parents are watching, you can do that. Okay, that is one coat. I'm going to flip this to the magnifying side. Dare I say that I like this better than my Anastasia stick foundation? It is a distinct possibility and about, $20 less. I'm going to build up a little here. It's covering everything I need it to cover. It's not looking cakey. It feels actually quite nice on the skin. I actually don't see any difference between the primer side and the non-primer side. I mean, you can see my pores a little bit, but I do normally use, just in those areas, my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer or my Clarins, and that would kind of fill in my pores. But, I mean, it's not horrifying. I'm looking in a very magnified mirror, so interesting. Now, this I definitely did pick up in TJ Maxx. I was buying a gift for a friend for her birthday. And I saw they had this Stila, what is it? It's concealer. It's like the refill for their stick, but I don't care. That doesn't bother me. And I thought I would try it. Remember, I'm very finicky about my concealers. And this is in the color Light 3. And I threw the box on the floor. So it looks like this. I tapped into it to try the color. Let's see. Immediately not a fan right off the bat. No, it just kind of clung to, yeah, no. It's very kind of yellowy, and it just clung to like a little puffy part that I have right there. Let me look in my regular mirror for a minute. I can use it for eye primer. I also can tell you that I'm going to be staying away from eye primers. Aside from the NARS, which I think is ridiculous to pay for an eye primer, they all look dry and cakey on my eyelids. And as I said, I personally don't have a problem with my eyeshadow having staying powder, so I think it's just silly for me to buy one and use one if I really don't need it. And this worked quite well as an eye primer, at least. I'm going to go with something I feel comfortable with for underneath my eyes, at least for today. I mean, you can see a little bit of a difference in it, but when I look in the mirror, maybe it's a color issue, but I didn't like the immediate kind of texture it gave my under eye, and it just kind of clung right to that little puffy part I had on my eyeball. Well, no, the puffy's not on my eyeball, it's on my under eye. This one is the Born This Way concealer, conceal, contour, whatever you want to call it. You want to know what's interesting? In this light, this one that I normally enjoy using moderately is not really looking that great either. I really don't know if it's the overhead light. It's a terrible, just like incandescent overhead lighting. I don't get much natural light except from the window behind me, but this one isn't looking that fabulous either. So maybe that Stila concealer is not really bad, and maybe it's just here, the lighting. When I go in to see in my Simple Human mirror, I'll try it again. I'll give you an update on that Stila concealer. It may not be that bad. This definitely gives more coverage, I will say that. Yeah, this one's not looking fabulous either. Okay. But yet when I look in like, regular sunlight or whatever on my Simple Human, I don't go, ah! So, okay Stila, you have a second chance. Before I go into my powder products, I want to look around and make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because I'm scatterbrained. No, looks like we're good. I wanted to try this on camera with you. This is the Becca Flawless Filter Powder, the pink one that I got at a ridiculously reduced rate at Sephora. It is very pink, but please do not let that frighten you, my friends. It is really not what you think. I do wish it came with a puff, though. I happen to like using a puff as well. I'm just using another It Cosmetics brush. I love these brushes. They're expensive. I got these last year at the end of their Christmas sale for like less than half price. As you can see, it's not like you look bright pink. I have not, as of yet, set my under eyes with this. So you know what? I'm going to set this eye with this powder, and then I'm going to set my left eye with my Laura Mercier powder and see how they compare. I'm just going to use my damp beauty blender, and this actually is a beauty blender. I got this in one of my boxes. I don't know, my under eyes look like crud to me, so you guys tell me, do you see any difference? Do you see a bad or worse? You let me know, because right now my under eyes, to me personally in this lighting, looks like crud. But can we talk about this packaging? Love the packaging. Who else is a sucker for packaging? Me. I'm going to take my little baby puff, and I'm dipping in, telling you this Laura Mercier under eye is going to last me forever. Okay, with the comparison, I can see the pink on this side underneath my eye, and I don't think it's flattering. I prefer the Laura Mercier, just for, at least for setting the under eye. And no matter what, my under eyes look crepey and dry when I put powder on it, but if I don't put powder on it, the concealer creases. It's a no-win situation. So I want to try this Winky Luxe powder. This was on really ridiculous sale. It's not a powder, it's a bronzer. It's in the color Latte. I happen to love Winky Luxe products because everything's kitten and everything's really good too. Does it smell? Oh, it has a nice smell to it. It's not like a cookie smell, but it's not bad. Now I'm not contouring, I'm just bronzing. In my last video, which hasn't gone up yet, I'm warning you now, the bronzer situation, I can laugh about it now. I don't know, maybe I was tired. There was some non-blending going on there that I didn't notice until I went to edit and I went, oh my goodness. So yeah, you can have a laugh at that when that video comes out. Like when I'm doing work, when I'm doing my makeup, when I'm doing my makeup for work and everything, I'm like looking and taking my time, and you know, when I'm filming, I try, but when you're tired and you just know you're going to go to bed, you miss a couple of things. I think that's fairly blended. At least let's hope so. And I really like this color and the blendability and the way it goes on the skin. And it wasn't very expensive. Yay. I don't really have a new blush or anything, so I just like grabbed a bunch of different peaches and neutrals and stuff like that. And I'm not going to pick one yet because I usually wait till I do my eye makeup to see what I want to go with. Okay, what palette do we use? Alright, first I have the, now I used this one already in another video, and I used mostly this one. This is the Player palette by Revlon Color Stay, so I'm not going to use that one today. This is the NYX Ultimate Edit, which has some amazing, let me open it for you. Swatch this on my Instagram. Really cool out there colors, which I think look unbelievable. I used this a teeny tiny bit in that other video that I did with the Player. It's just not up yet. This is the Rimmel London palette. This is the Electric Violet. It has a little brush that comes with it. I use like one shade from it, but this could be a possibility because these are absolutely gorgeous. This is the, they're all the magnifies, by the way. This is the Jewel Rocks edition. Look at that, how gorgeous. I really didn't get to play with this one fully. I do want to use the electric violet edition. If you want to see me use any of those other palettes doing the same thing, or just instead of full Get Ready With Me, just the eyes, I'll totally do it, because I have no problem sitting down and playing with makeup, you know. Just let me know in the comments. I'm going to use some of my kitten brushes today. I'm just going to take this one. It's kind of a shader but fluffier. I may even use the little tiny brush that came with this, but I want to go into, there's not too many mattes in here, but there's a nice neutral here that I can use for my transition. Very pigmented. This brush will be better for placing and packing than for blending. I'm going to use a different, I think this is a Morphe brush. It wore off, I have no idea. Look how pretty, man. The drugstore shadow game has stepped it up. But I still refuse to pay $35 for that bigger NYX palette. Just won't do it. I mean, but look, $7.99 that I got one, you know, on sale and everything else, blends beautifully. For my crease, I'm actually going to go into this gorgeous purple color. Of course, the brushes I want to use, I didn't bring my color switch, and the brushes I want to use are dirty. Always happens. Instead, I will use this Morphe. And what are you? I think it's an M330. I use it all the time. You think I'd have it in my brain. The pigment is killer. See, in this light, I have a hard time telling if the two sides are even. I think they are. I do want to go back into this kind of bony color and just go above that. Blend at the same time. When you have hooded eyes and aging eyes like I do, you can't do it like the 20-something-year-olds where they have, you know, quick swoop of a transition and the perfectly defined crease. Now on my eyes, you have to make adjustments, and you do, and you can still look and feel great about it. With a more precision brush, I'm going into this deeper purple here. And I'm using one of my luxe, what is it called? It's called a definer brush, Leanne. And I deepened up that crease. Did I say crease? I meant to say outer edge. That packing brush that I used before, my kitten one, I'm going to go into that gorgeous teal color. So many options I could do, but I'm dying to do this. Let's try this wet and see what happens. Honestly, not too much of a difference wet. It's a little bit more intense, but I still like it dry. Okay, now this one, the brush was wet and I dipped it in, and it's super intense and stunning. I'm actually going to just take this pink with my finger. I tap this over the transition. I'm going to take this matte purple with the little brush that came with it, and I'm going to see what happens if I go underneath. it's a little too flimsy for that. I'm going to take one of my Luxe brushes. Actually going to go into this deeper purple. Also going to take this, and I really want to try putting this one underneath there too. Because, like, why not? Ooh, this is a pretty one. I'm going to take this little baby brush and go into very lightest color. I always try tapping this on the inner corner. I'm going to take my Juvia's Place, and I want to try this very light purple. I don't know if it's going to be too dark, but I'm going to try it on my brow bone. Yeah, it's a little too purpley. That's why I do my brows after, so when I make boo-boos, I can just wipe it off. Use my Sigma brush and go into that light color I just put in the inner corner and do that. And if that doesn't work, I'll use highlighter. What makes, I can tell you what makes a gorgeous inner color highlighter is from this little Revlon Player palette, that icy blue, and on the lid, oh my goodness gracious. Now let's do some liner. I'm going to step off, do my liner and my mascara and my brows because I'm not using really anything new. The only new brow thing I'm using is really, I haven't tried it, is from the Brow Gal. It's some very interesting colors, so I'm not going to be sure how they're going to look, but I'll go do them. I'll come back after and give you my thoughts on it. I'll be right back. Hello, I am back. So I used my regular, this guy, the Paradise. Oh my goodness, the Lash Paradise, yeah, right, primer, the Wonder Mascara, which I'm not hating it. I mean, it's not the best mascara I've used, and it's not the worst mascara I've used. I'm going to use it up. I like it. It's just, it doesn't, you know, wow me or anything. But I definitely like it, especially like it better with the primer, which I'm almost out of. I have to now get another one. Blush, I just wound up using my Tarte blush in Paarty. Because I just wanted to do something more neutrally because I went with such a bold eye look. For my brows, I did use this Brow Gal, and I have to tell you, it's a really good powder. The colors were a little bit tricky for me, so honestly what I did is I think my brows are just a tad dark today. But I kind of dipped in 1, 2, 3 and did it. I think if I like tapped ever so slightly into this and mostly these two colors, it would be even better. But I like the powder very much. It's kind of, it's creamy enough almost, if you can think of a powder, that it really stays in place and goes on very precisely. So I like it. Just tricky with the colors and I have to find the right combination. Oh, guess what, guys? I did bring a blush. I had a cargo blush I wanted to try. I knew I would forget something, and I also knew that I was going to forget to try these primer waters. My camera tripod just decided to fall over, so I almost dropped my camera. I was in the middle of saying what's everyone's favorite saying and my favorite saying for myself. I am a mess in a dress, and I have no regrets about it. Of course, these are like hermetically sealed, and my Hello Kitty's nowhere to be found. Well, at least I know nobody tried them. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna try them both. What the hey? Why not? 5 years later, and spilling it on myself. Let's try these. This one's the coconut. It smells really good. I don't know whether because I just like opened this, like when I was taking the plastic off, that it spills, or does it leak? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it and let you know. Let's try the coconut, I mean the cucumber one. This one doesn't leak when I shake it. This one has this lovely, like, cucumber, fresh scent to it. Well, hello, my face is very wet. Let me, like, fan. Okay, my face is still wet because I think it's not supposed to be, obviously, a setting spray. It's supposed to be a primer spray. And, but I've used my primer sprays before for my setting spray, so I don't think it's bad or anything. I can tell you it will leave your skin luminous, which doesn't really bother me, but I saw that definitely. now that my highlighter, now that that is on, whatever that is, I want to try my highlighter. I've been playing with this, but I don't know if I've showed it. This is from Love Luxe Beauty, which is an indie brand. Anya Stamper turned me on to this. They make some killer highlighters and other things. This one smells like pumpkin pie. I think this one was limited edition and I just shoved it up my nose, but they have other amazing ones. This is like a duochrome iridescent. It is not for the faint of heart nor the subtle highlighter seeker. I am neither of those. I do not mind the intensity of it. I actually love and look for the intensity of it. Okay, the last thing of course is the lips, and fuzzy, and this is fuzzy, my friends. This is a fuzzy little friend right here. And in this little baggie came 5 BH Cosmetics. Are they lip glosses or are they liquid lipsticks? They are liquid lipsticks. They're called the Liquid Linen. Now I have 5 colors here, and I don't know what I want to use. I'm going to go a little neutrally. Now let's see if they have colors, if they have names that I can actually see. The writing is so small. I'm going to let you in a little secret. I had to use a magnifying glass. This color is called Vanna. This is Vanna. This is Simone. Simone. Maria. Stephanie. This last one is Karen with a C. Really, really beautiful. I think I want to try that first one, which is Vanna. I like the doe foot applicator. It is angled. It is not very wet, nor is it moussey, and it's drying very, very quickly. I want to see what kind of lasting power it has. This is how, I put it on a little thick at the ends, but at the top, it's pretty good. This pink one wasn't quite dry yet, but you can see the dry down. It's doing quite well, as this one. Now they're still a little tacky. So far it's a little sticky when I press my lips together, but again it seemed to dry quickly, but yet it still takes a few minutes. It doesn't look very drying on my lips. It's not quite dry yet, but let's see. Okay, look. Not bad. I think the color is beautiful. I like it. Well, my friends, I have a mess around me of stuff because this was lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything, and if you liked anything, I am going to link all of the products below for you guys. And if you want to see me use any of these other palettes in just an eye tutorial look, please let me know and I will do that. I kind of may do it anyway, but if you want to see it, I'll definitely do it. Let's put it that way. Let me know if you guys have tried these products, what your thoughts are. Check out the drugstore lately. I'm telling you, I liking their stuff. Thank you guys so much. You are amazing and wonderful. I do have a giveaway, my 1,000 subscriber giveaway going on right now. I'm going to link that below, so please go check out that video and enter if you have not done so already. I want to wish all of you the best of luck because you're all amazing. And whatever part of the world you're in, on and around, I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing week. And I'll see you really soon, guys. Toodles.